So, you finally got yourself a Rubik's Cube. And after staring at it for a few hours, you decided, what's the worst that can happen? After trying to solve it for another hour, you decided you were screwed. You've tried spinning it, turning it, throwing it, punching it, kicking it, jumping on it. You've even tried blowing it up. Luckily, you don't need to look further. The video you're watching is the quickest tutorial on the web on solving the cube, where you can watch, pause, and rewind this crash course on the cube and master it within 15 minutes. So what are you waiting for? Grab your cube and let's solve it. Roll the intro sequence. Okay, so before you actually start to learn how to solve the cube, you should know the basics, how the cube is structured and what it's made up of. Now, the first thing you should know is that the cube has 6 sides, and the sides are green, white, blue, yellow, orange, and red. Now, the cube consists of 3 layers: the first layer, the second layer, and the third layer. The cube has 3 different types of pieces. There's the centerpiece, which is one color and it never changes, it never moves. The second type of piece is an edge piece, which has 2 colors, for example, this green and white edge. And then the third type of piece is a corner, which has 3 colors, which is green, white, and orange. The centers and the edges and the corners are referred to by their appropriate colors. Alright, so now that you know the basics of the cube, we can go on to solve it. Now that we've got this cube all mixed up, we're ready to go. The first thing we're going to do is solve this green cross by putting in the 4 green edges into their appropriate places. So when solving the cross, we have to follow several steps. The first step is to find the green edge. The second step is to connect the other color of the edge to its appropriate center. The third step is to connect the green part of the edge to the green center, and the final step is to correct any mistakes that we may have made. So here we go. First step, we find a green edge. Here we go, green, yellow. Second step, we connect this yellow with the yellow center. There it is, we've connected it. Third step is we connect this green with this green center by turning it like this. There we go. And the fourth step is to fix any mistakes we may have made. Well, we haven't made any, so there we go. There's our first edge piece placed in. Now we start the cycle all over again. First we find an edge piece. Here we go, green and white. The second step is we have to connect this white to a white center. So if we turn this like this, then these 2 whites will be connected. The third step is to connect this green with the green center, so we turn it like this. And the final step is to fix any mistakes we may have made. Well, we haven't. Our yellow is still there, and now we've created the white. And now we start all over again. So we find this edge piece, red-green. Second step is we connect it with the red. Well, it's already connected. Third step is we connect the green with the green center, so we do that. Fourth step is to fix any mistakes. Once again, we haven't made any. We've got white, red, and yellow all set. Last edge piece. We're looking for green-orange, which we found right here. We connect the orange with the orange center. It's already connected for us. Now we connect the green with the green center. There we go. And now we fix any mistakes. Well, we haven't made any. There we go. We finished the first cross. Now to move on to the corners. The corners have a different set of steps. The first step is to find a corner. The second step is to make sure the corner is in the optimal position. The third step is to place the corner in between its 2 appropriate centers. And the final step is to place the corner in. Well, let's do the first step. Find the corner. Here we go. Green, red, yellow. Now, the second step is to make sure it's in the optimal position. The optimal position is when you are holding the cube so that the green center is pointing upwards. The green part of the corner is looking straight at you. So, in this case, this is in the optimal position. The second step is to take this corner and bring it in between its 2 appropriate center colors. The 2 other colors of this corner are red and yellow. So we turn this until it's in between the red and yellow centers, as it is now. The final step is placing this corner into here, which is what we want to do. To do this, we first have to move it away. Right now it's on the right side, so we move it away to the left. We bring down the right, we place it in, and we lift it up. As you can see, we've placed this corner into its appropriate position. And now let's start all over again. First, we have to find a corner. So we find this corner right here, green, white, and orange. Next, we have to make sure it's in the optimal position. It is, since the green is facing up and this green part is pointing towards us, this is in the optimal position. Now we turn it until it's in between the orange and the white, which it already is, and now we place it in. This time, since it's on the left side, we turn the bottom to the right, we bring the left down, we place it in, and we lift it up. Now, as you can see, we've placed the orange and white corner in. Now we start all over again. We're looking for another corner. Here it is. It is the green, white, and red corner. Is it in the optimal position? Yes, it is. When the green is facing up, this is pointing towards us. Now we have to take this and bring it in between the red and the white centers, as this is red and white. There we go. Okay, so now we've placed this corner in between the white and the red. So now, since this is on the right side, we have to move it away to the left and bring down the right, place this in, and lift it up. Now, as you can see, we've placed in the red and white corner, so we have the last one remaining. Let's look for it, and we found it right here. It is not in the optimal position, as you can see, because it's not down here in this third layer. So we have to get it down there. What we do is we bring this down, we move it to the side, and we lift this up. Now, as you can see, we've got this corner down here in the optimal position because it's facing us while this is facing upwards. Now, the colors of this corner is orange and yellow, so we turn this here, and since this is on the left, we move it to the right, we bring down the left, we place this in, we lift it up. Now, as you can see, we've placed in all four corners, and we've done all four edges, so now we can move on to the second layer. Alright, now that we have solved the entire first layer, we're ready to move on to the second layer. The second layer consists of 4 edges, 1, 2, 3, and 4. To solve the second layer, we need to remember a couple of steps also. First, we have to find the edge, then we have to align the edge with its appropriate center, and then we have to place the edge in. So here we go. What we're doing is we're looking in this third layer for an edge that doesn't have blue, because none of these colors that we're going to be trying to solve for in the second layer have the color blue. So we're looking for an edge such as this orange and white one that does not have blue. Now that we've located it, we'll move on to step 2, aligning it with its appropriate center. What we have to do is we have to turn third layer until this color is the same as this center color. There we go. We've aligned 2 oranges. Now what we have to do is place it in, and this is very simple and you'll learn it really quickly. First, you have to look at this color. It's white. Now you have to find the white center. It'll either be on the left, as it is here, or it'll be on the right. In this case, it's on the left. Now what we have to do is we have to perform this set of steps. First, we move it away from the white. Since this color is white and this color is white, we move it away from the white. Since we've moved it to the right, we bring down the left. We realign the 2 oranges, we lift this up, and now we've noticed that we've misplaced a corner. Now, from the first layer, you probably remember that we have to move this away, bring it down, place it in, and lift it up. Now, not only have we replaced this corner, but we've also placed in this orange-white edge. Let's try this again. Let's look down in the third layer, and we find this edge, yellow and orange. First, we have to turn the third layer until the 2 yellows are aligned. There we go. Then we have to look at this color. In this case, it is orange. Now, this is orange also, so we move it away from the center. Since we moved it to the right again, we bring down the left, we realign the 2 yellows, we bring up the green. Now, we've misplaced a corner once more, so we move it away, bring it down, place it in, and lift it up. There we go, now we've placed the second edge in. Now for the third edge, we look down in the third layer, and here it is, red and yellow. First, we turn it until the 2 reds are aligned. Then we see this is yellow and the yellow center is here. So once again we move it away to the right. We bring down the left, we realign the reds, we lift it up. Now we've misplaced a corner, so we move it away, bring it down, place it in, and lift it up. Now we've placed in the yellow and red edge, so all we have left to do is to place in the last one. But the last one is already in place, but turned incorrectly. So we have to put some random edge piece into here. How do we do this? Well, we place it in as though this was red and white. So pretend that this color was white. Here's the white, so we move it away. Then we bring the right side down, so we move it to the left. We realign the 2 reds, and we lift this up. Then we've misplaced a corner, so we move it away, bring it down, put it in, and lift it up. Now, as you can see, we've placed this red and blue edge piece in, thus taking out this red and white piece. Now we do it like every other edge. We align these 2 reds. We see white here, and white is here, so we move it away to the left. Now we bring down the right. Realign the 2 reds, lift this up. We've misplaced a corner, so let's replace it. We move it away, bring this down, place it in, lift it up. Now, as you can see, we've solved the entire second layer. Alright, now that we've solved the first 2 layers, it's time to try and solve the third layer. The third layer is basically solving all algorithms. Right now, we should be focusing on the blue cross. We're trying to solve the blue cross. So, forget these corners. Don't pay attention to these corners. Just look at these colors. Okay, as you can see, all we have is this blue dot in the middle. When you first solve the first 2 layers and you look down here ready to solve the third layer, it may look either like this with only 1 blue dot, or like this with a sort of L-shaped thing, or like this with this long rod thing, or like this, which is basically the cross. Alright, now back to the dot. When you have this dot without anything else, you can hold the cube whichever way you want, and you have to perform this algorithm. First, you turn the front, then you lift up the right, you turn the top, and you bring the right down. Now you turn the top back, and you turn the front yet again, and now you've created the L shape. Once you have the L shape, you have to hold it so that one part of the L is pointing towards you, and the other part is pointing towards the right, like I am right now. Then you perform the same algorithm. You turn the front, then you lift up the right, then you turn the top like this, turn it away this way, then you bring down the right, then you turn the top back, and you turn the front again. And now you've reached this rod thing. When you've got the rod, you have to turn the cube so that it's horizontal, and then perform the same algorithm yet again. You turn the front, you lift up the right, you turn the top, you bring down the right, you turn the top back, and you turn the front again. And there you go, you've solved the cross. Now that you've solved the blue cross, it's time to align the cross with the centers. In this case, with the white and white, it's already aligned. But this yellow-red and orange-yellow and red-orange are not aligned at all. You want both of these to be orange, both of these to be yellow, both of these to be red, and both of these to be white. And the first step to do that is to turn this layer until at least two of them are aligned, as I've just done. I turned it once, and now the oranges are aligned and the yellows are aligned. Okay? Once you have that, you look at the other two, and as you can see, they're not aligned. White is not the same as red, and red is not the same as white. What you have to do in this case is you have to hold it so that one of the incorrect ones is pointing towards the right, and the other one is pointing towards you. And now what you have to do is perform this algorithm. You lift up the right, you spin the top twice, you bring the right down, you bring the top back, you lift up the right again, you place it in, and you bring it down. Now, if you turn the top once more, you see that you've preserved your cross, but the whites are aligned, the reds are aligned, the yellows are aligned, and the oranges are aligned. Now that you've aligned the cross, it's time to move on to the corners. Solving the corners of the Rubik's Cube requires two steps. First of all, you have to place the corners, and second of all, you have to turn the corners. When I say place, I mean place it so that the blue, white, red corner is in between the blue, white, and red. Okay? So in this case, this is not placed correctly because it's yellow and orange in between white and red. This is not placed correctly because it's red and yellow in between orange and white. This isn't placed correctly because it's red and white between yellow and orange, and this isn't placed correctly because it's orange and white between red and yellow. So in this case, you hold it whichever way you want, making sure that the blue is always facing up. Now what you have to do is you have to lift up the left, turn the top this way, lift up the right, bring the top back. Now that you've aligned these, bring them down, then bring the top back, and bring the right down, and then turn the top. You've preserved your cross, and you've kept all of these aligned, but you've placed this one correctly, because as you can see, it's the blue, white, red, in between blue, white, and red. So even though it's not turned correctly, it's placed correctly. But all the others are still not placed correctly. So we have to perform the same algorithm again. But now that we've got one corner placed correctly, we have to hold it at the bottom right corner. Hold it like this, and perform the algorithm again. Lift up the left, turn the top, lift up the right, turn the top back, bring down the left, turn the top back, bring down the right, and turn the top once more. You've preserved your cross, you've kept this, this, and this, and now all the corners are placed correctly. Red and yellow is in between red and yellow, red and white is in between red and white, this one is completely placed correctly, and orange and yellow are placed in between orange and yellow. Now we're moving on to the last step. The last step in solving the Rubik's Cube is turning these corners correctly so that the whole cube is solved. The way we do this is we hold any incorrect ones on the right side, where our right hand is, and we perform this algorithm. This is the longest one yet. We lift up the right, we spin the top twice, we bring the right down, we bring this back, we lift it up, we place it in, and we bring it down. Now we do the same thing on the left side. We lift it up, we spin it twice, we bring it down, we spin it this way, we lift it up, we place the top in, and we bring it down. As you can see, we've got two corners turned correctly. Now it's time to turn these two corners correctly also. So now we're going to perform the same algorithm again. We hold these two on the right side because they're both wrong, and we lift up the right, we spin the top twice, we bring the right down, we bring this back, we lift this up, we place it in, and we bring it down. Now we do the same thing on the left. We lift it up, we turn it twice, we bring it down, we turn the top again, we lift it up, we place it in, and we bring it down. Even though the cube still isn't solved, all we need to do is perform this algorithm one more time, so watch closely. We're holding it on the right side, and we're lifting up the right, we're spinning it twice, we're bringing this down, bring the top back, lift this up, place the top in, and bring it down. Do the same thing on the left side, lift the left up, spin it twice, bring it down, bring it back, lift it up, place it in, and bring it down. And here you go. Congratulations, you've just solved your Rubik's Cube. Now, hopefully you're solving a fully solved Rubik's Cube in your hands right now. Keep practicing these techniques and you'll literally be able to solve this in under a minute. Now, go show off to your friends your newfound skills with the Rubik's Cube. Also, if there was anything I missed, just leave me a comment or a video response with your particular case of the Rubik's Cube, and I'll post another tutorial explaining to you in particular how to solve your case. Because I think there were some things I missed in the corners and the edges part of the tutorial, because the cube that I was solving was pretty simply configured already. So if you have some sort of question or some sort of corner that you can't put in right, or some sort of edge that you can't align with the cross, just leave me a comment or video response and I'll try to respond to it as quickly as possible. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope this tutorial really helped you. Make sure to like and comment on my video. I always want to know what I can do better next time. And yeah, go have fun solving your Rubik's Cube.